Hey guys, and welcome back to another week of the Porsche Cup Car here on iRacing for week 11 at the Mugello circuit. My name is Emery, back with another video with Coach Dave Academy. Firstly, let's get into the hot lap. So let's get into the hot lap guide then for the Mugello circuit. Now quite a new circuit onto the iRacing game. Really nice track to drive, a bit more understeery in this Porsche Cup car with the limited front end, but still nonetheless really nice to drive. So we start the lap then heading down towards turn one with a very nice and long pit straight. Second to the left hand side, just trying to open up with this right hander as much as you can, and then braking just before we get to this white line. In line with this blue cone, in line with the pit exit, just before the 100-meter board on the left-hand side as well. So heavy braking then into a very long right-hander, and obviously that's a really common theme with this circuit. A lot of long radius corners, slightly cambered as well. So just braking really nice and hard then, down to third gear from just before the 100-meter board. Get the car nice and turned in. Just no need to apex really at all. You just, because it's quite a long corner, you can just sort of quite nicely just follow the corner round. And it's really, you got to focus on the entry and the exit. Just keeping up that minimum speed as well. So holding it in third gear, just being really patient, then back on the throttle, holding it to the right hand side, just open up the next chicane as well. And then fully to the right, you notice we're using all of the curbs just to open up the corner as much as we can. Still holding third gear here, and using these slight sausage curbs on the inside just to open up the corner and get that rotation on the apex as well. You notice there's a bit of the edge of it is slightly black, just where people have been using it. So that's where you're looking to aim your car really. It doesn't anti-set too much, and that's absolutely fine to use. Then just make sure we're sticking it as far left as we can on the exit as well. Just bring the car back over to open up the next right-hander. These ones are actually slightly higher. So you don't really want to be using these curbs as much as the other ones. So I tend to avoid these ones and also just go around them and use the serrated curb as you normally would. And then back on full throttle as hard as you can. The track limit generally on this circuit is the edge of the curb. So you notice here we're all the way onto the Astro. The edge is generally the edge of this curb here. So that's your limit. As long as you've got a tyre on the curb, you're okay for off tracks. Obviously it is a super easy track to pick up off tracks just because of all the runoff you get and this strip of AstroTurf. So just do bear that in mind in the official races. Also an absolute killer for tyres, especially your front left and front right tyres. They take an absolute pounding around here. Anyone did that did the 6 hours of Mugello or 12 hours, whatever it was, will know that the tyre wear is absolutely shocking around here. But anyway, heading towards the end of Sector 1. Again, just make sure we open up the corner as much as we can on the right-hand side on the entry. It does unsettle the car slightly, but overall it is slightly quicker. Just making sure we are opening up the corners as much as we can. Down to third gear again then, just using the sausage curb on the inside here, just about halfway across it, just to make sure you open up this corner and also help the rotation as well. So hopping over that one nicely and then hopping over this second one as well. Notice we're holding third gear quite nicely here. Third gear is just very nice. Holds the balance well. The car doesn't mind it too much. Just means the rear end is not going to stick out on you as well. So yeah, just play that through for you once more time. Third gear. Slight dab of brake mid-corner. And then back on the throttle. Again, just to the edge of the curb, which is our track limit reference. And then we start plunging back down the hill then. Again, make sure we're opening up the corner as much as we can, all the way over to the left-hand side, all over the curb. And then get the car turned in, fourth gear, slightly cut across this inside AstroTurf. You can go slightly more than that, it's up to you. If you want to round off the corner more, or just take more curb, it's up to you. Obviously, there's benefits of both. You have a bit more minimum speed if you round off the corner more. If you cut it slightly more, you can take a bit more speed through the corner, but your exit's not be as good. But yeah, through then fourth gear, back over to the right hand side as much as we can. We'll notice we're in the middle of the circuit for the next corner, and it's really important here to make sure you hook your tyre onto the left hand side and use this green bit of tarmac just to bring you round. You see what I mean there, just like getting your car lined up really nicely along that bit of AstroTurf there, just to get the car hooked, and then back on full throttle. This is the section that's really the worst for the tyres, just as it's so high speed, and you end up just with a load of lock on, just scrubbing the front left tyre. Just be really careful you're not pushing it too hard in the race, otherwise you're going to end the race with no tyres left. So just be careful, bear that in mind, and also the temperatures as well. But yeah, absolutely flat through here. Open up the next one as much as you can. Slight dab of the brake, only about 5 or 10%. Not using this curb, it's slightly serrated and actually raised quite high, so you don't really want to take this curb. It just unsettles the car quite heavily. So you're just following the curb round, the curb round the white line, not using the curb too much. Just feathering the throttle as well. Back up to fourth gear, and then opening up this next right hand as much as we can. We notice we're all the way off the track here. Again, just make sure we keep a wheel on the curb, just to open it up as much as we can. Fourth gear through there. Again, really important to get your right front onto this curb here, just to help bring the car around. You can actually use this bit of AstroTurf on the inside here, and I noticed it does really nicely bring the car around, which is something that Luke missed, but we won't uncruise time too badly for that. But yeah, I'd suggest using that bit of AstroTurf there. Just really helps bring the car around, and it's something you can nail in practice as well. But yeah, full throttle then over the crest. Again, using all of the track available to us. Up to fifth gear, and then heavy on the brakes. You're just looking to brake just in line with this runoff here, or this service road, whatever it is. Just looking to slam onto the brakes just before you get to that. It's quite a blind corner as you come into it. Third gear, again hitting the sausage curb on the right hand side, just at the first part of the chicane. Make sure we're opening up the next part as much as possible. Slight lift, and then again using all of the sausage curb on the inside here. Back on full throttle. And all the way over the curb as well on the right hand side. Again, limit is the edge of the curb, so absolutely fine to use this amount of track, not a problem at all. Coming into the end of the lap then with two hairpins. The first one very hard to get right. You go up a crest and then back down, and it's almost slightly off camber as you come into it. So you're just looking to stay in sort of in the middle of the track as you come in. Down to third gear. Got to be really patient with this corner, because of how long it is. It's very similar to turn one, and also the last corner as well. It's almost reverse to turn one actually, as you're going downhill whilst you're taking it. But notice we're sticking it in third gear quite nicely in the middle of the track, just being really patient with the throttle, just holding the brake, just getting the front in, and yeah, just about being as patient as you can, not scrubbing the tyres too much, and then back on full throttle at the exit. For this quick chicane, it should be nearly flat out, in the dry at least. Completely cut this inside here. Again, as long as you've got a wheel on the curb, you're absolutely fine, and it should be completely flat. And same again for the right hand side, completely off the track, but again the track limit is the edge of the curb, so it's absolutely fine. And heading towards the final corner on this track, again opening up as much as you can using the curb on the right hand side. Just looking to brake actually at the start of this curb, a bit further on actually, to be honest. The 100 meter boards on the right hand side is your reference here, so if you want to brake, just when you see these, when your car's in line with these orange barriers here, the marshal posts. Down to third gear again. Again, sticking it in the middle of the circuit, not trying to scrub off too much speed in apex too early, just about carrying that minimum speed all the way around the corner, a nice sort of U shape, and then back on the power as early as we can. You notice actually it's slightly different this corner, as you do stick it slightly more to the inside. And again, really patient, just waiting to get on that throttle, and then from about the midpoint here, just looking to get onto those, onto the throttle, sorry. And look for a reference. You're looking to get on the power once they're sort of just in line with those, with the front of your car as you head straight on. So just play that through for you once more inside the car. So looking to get on power, you notice as the middle of the steering wheel is sort of in line with those barriers there, the orange marshal posts. And then back on full throttle, using all of the exit we can, using the curb as well, and that does complete a lap of the Mugello circuit. So that was the hot lap guide then for the Mugello circuit for week 11 here on iRacing in the Porsche Cup car. My name's been Matt Emery with CoachDaveAcademy.com. Obviously make sure you check out the website and the Discord below. All the latest data packs can be found there, as well as all the tutorials and videos. Yeah, any questions, let us know down below as well, and I will see you next week for the final week, week 12. Take care, guys.